Hello and welcome to my world and a video between deciding what the hell I'm going to be doing here on this channel because last week, why am I motioning like this? Because last week is over there. We wrapped up the 10-part look of reaction series of Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, which of course is Team 4 Star's adaptation of the Hellsing Ultimate OVA. Which I've never seen. Even at the time I'm recording this, I still haven't seen it. Seen the source material, but again, as y'all became real aware, I was very familiar with the source material in terms of the manga format, in terms of all the things I was referencing, and that some folks found increasingly annoying. Oh, believe me, those who actually know how to get in touch with me via other methods and sending me direct message, just oh yeah, I'm aware. I am fully aware. Anyway, so anyway, I mentioned at the end of that video that I was not going to do Dragon Ball Z Abridged. There are a couple of reasons of it. So the first big one is, hey, it is like counting all episodes and the specials and the abridged movies. That's like a 70 at bare minimum. That's a 70-week epic in regards to going through that episode one by episode at a time. I know probably like season one and to an extent like early season two, I could probably double up episodes a bit because that. But at the same time, you can kind of tell where I'm going with this. If y'all thought I was familiar with Hellsing as it relates to watching the abridged series of the OVA adaptation, which I've never seen, if you thought I was familiar with the Hellsing manga source material, just imagine how familiar I am specifically with Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Because just to give you an idea, I would actually leave my computer on and have DBZA playing in the background as I'm going to sleep. It's like because I am someone who needs something to listen to fall asleep. Otherwise, I just lay in bed and for hours and hours on end. So DBZA was basically puts me to sleep. Don't get me wrong, that's not a knock on the writing or anything. The writing was incredibly good. It just gave me something to listen to repeatedly, to go through, and it's like, okay, memorize lines, jokes, patterns, things of that sort, being able to differentiate voices. Because as an straight audio drama, if you had no visuals, DBZA holds up exceptionally well. So that's actually a credit to the writing of it, particularly as the series went along. Once you get into like late season 2 and throughout season 3. But yeah, all this joking stuff regarding Vegeta's ego, Nappa's rather eccentricness, for lack of a better term, the Ginyu Force, Namek Mania, Frieza's dumbfounded disbelief when it comes to everything that came out of Goku's mouth, the Android saga with Android 16's beloved for birds and wanting to kill Son Goku on the grounds because he wants to. Yeah, I am very, very, very familiar with all of that. So it essentially a reaction series. Me doing a reaction series to that would essentially be me quoting it, almost almost line for line. So it's like that would make for a very weird and awkward experience for folks. And not to mention that I watch other people's reaction videos to DBZA because and there's one in particular where one person has already seen it and they're showing it to someone else, and the dude is essentially trying to get their friend to laugh at the jokes that they themselves found funny. And it's quite clear that the sense of humor is on two different levels, two different things here. And so it's like I found that kind of annoying. It's like let them react to it, and so it's like, it, yeah, and it'll be me here solo, obviously watching it, and essentially doing the same thing, and just with the quotes and stuff like that, or me just providing commentary on like from a layman's point of view on the editing and this and the incredible sound mixing, particularly late in that series as it gets along and all the editing and stuff. Because on top of that, I am watching the Dragon Ball Z creator comment the DBZA creator commentaries as those are coming out every week. So it's like again, I'm having like I can't really do a reaction to it when I'm that familiar with even the process that went into creating that abridged series in the first place from a fan's point of view. So it's like what do you do? What do you do? All right. So again, there are all those individual factors there. Then you have the other factor as it relates to copyright claims. And I made, granted, became a slight running joke with me referring to Genon and NBC Universal. NBC Universal owns Genon. I'm not sure when, I'm not sure how, if it's always been the case. All I know is that the reason why I went from like the 16:9 box of the footage for Hellsing Ultimate Abridged to that circular format that you saw and over the course of the last like 5-6 episodes was because of NBC Universal and Genon, or not so much Genon, but NBC Universal specifically. So here's the thing: who is notoriously more anal about protecting one of their largest franchises on the planet besides Paramount when it comes to Star Trek and Disney LucasArts when it comes to Star Wars? Yeah, it's Toei. Toei does not fuck around. As a matter of fact, we have seen over the years Toei go after larger channels that dedicated their entire existence to Dragon Ball, doing reviews of like the manga, episode by episode breakdowns, and using footage and stuff from the shows. Do you really think this 40-year-old fat fucking New Jersey is going to be able to get away with doing anything related to Dragon Ball? Doing any type of series based on Dragon Ball Z Abridged without Toei coming down on my ass? It's like, hell no. Because I've already had like this general copyright claims with stuff related to Dragon Ball that were done by Toei. Folks who know I have played Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22, Dragon Ball Z Final Bout, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Dragon Ball Fighters. All right, some of those. And Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Some of those have animated intros, which, all right. Guess what Toei loves to do? No matter anything animated, if it has an animated intro or something there that's showing the characters in action that is not in a video game, with the video game graphics, Toei comes after folks, and I've had that happen in the past. Normally I just ignore it, or I will go out of my way to, just use the YouTube editor and just cut things out, particularly on streams. Since I port all my streams over, and the reason why the streams are often like a week behind is to give time to edit stuff out, either put down mute on musics, or literally having chunks ripped out via the YouTube editor. So Toei is not kind in that regards. I would like to think that they were, but I fully respect the fact that copyright laws and things of that sort in Japan are very, very, very different than here in the United States. So, okay, so I'm just not gonna cross that line, just based on past experience on just messing around with Dragon Ball related video games, let alone a full series, doing a reaction series that would involve a shit ton of Dragon Ball footage that Toei can again come down on my melon-sized head. So that leads to, what the hell am I going to do going forward here, replacing the Hellsing Ultimate Abridged series? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I have like general ideas. Considering I've gotten, I can try and do some other type of reaction videos, things that are shorter that I can probably skirt the issue with. But it really comes down to like just trying to figure out what will fit the channel and what I could manage to do and produce. Because granted, I'm not fancy with what I do, but I am someone who does a lot of different stuff in my day, and time is always a premium, as they say. So, as I go ahead and figure out what the hell I'm going to go do with myself, I know many folks have told me what to go do with myself. And sorry, folks, I don't bend that way. If I could, I'd never leave the house. But still. Because if I could, I would. So with that said, thank you very much for your understanding and my rants and rambles here. Tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all in the next video, no matter what that will be. Till then, bye!